What would it be like to live in a city that is both eco-friendly and sustainable, with no gap between the rich and the poor? Everyone lives comfortably and in perfect harmony. Sounds like a real utopia, doesn't it? However, the American billionaire Marc Lore has set his mind to making this utopia a reality. He's named this futuristic city as Telosa. What would life in Telosa be like? Would it be the most sustainable city in the world? Stay tuned to find out. So what's up with billionaires and their obsession with creating cities that are futuristic and put sustainability as a top priority? Bill Gates had revealed his plans to build a smart city in Arizona. The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia has invested a lot of money into the megacity named The Line, and Elon Musk wants to build a city in Texas that would be self-sustained and serve as a hub for space research. Now the multimillionaire Marc Lore has also joined the squad. He is a world-renowned businessman and entrepreneur who served as the president and CEO of Walmart. In September 2021, he announced a very ambitious project to bridge the gap between humanity and the environment. He expects the city to be ready for residents by the end of 2050. He has christened this futuristic city by the name of Telosa. That's not a name that you hear every day, but what does it mean? I bet you're wondering. Anyways, the word has Greek roots. Telosa is derived from the ancient Greek word of telos, which means purpose. It's obvious that he's put a lot of thought into the name. According to Greek philosophy, it means that no individual can achieve their full potential if they don't grow as part of a group and of the society. That's exactly what Lore wants from his city. He aims to make the city a place where people can interact freely without the barriers of culture or wealth. The core belief behind this concept is that people become united by working together in search of opportunities that enable them to prosper. This utopian city has a target population of 5 million people. It's planned the construction is to be carried out in several phases. The first phase is expected to be done by the year 2030 and house nearly 50,000 people. It's estimated that for successfully completing the first phase of the city, it will be nearly $25 billion. Lore strongly believes that $400 billion will be needed to take this project to completion. Although Lore is a multimillionaire, he'd be broke if he invests everything he has into this project. So he plans on getting funds to make this a reality from philanthropists, donations, subsidies, and other sources. Since the money comes from others' pockets, it's important that it's spent wisely and every penny is accounted for. So the nonprofit named Telosa Community Foundation, which works diligently to complete the project, will buy land where it was basically worthless. The motive behind this is to give the land more value, with the foundation then creating a market for it. Later on, the proceeds will be invested in education, housing, and more. But a major point of confusion is the location of the city. Project planners are looking for cheap deserts to build the city. So Utah, Idaho, Nevada, Arizona, Texas, and Appalachia are the top potential locations. The final destination also depends greatly on aspects like climate, access to water, or logistics communication. However, the most determining aspect at the moment is to achieve social and political consensus for a city. This is very important since one of the core values of the city is to generate solutions and improve the quality of life with and for people and not with technology. Several organizations are working on acquiring land for the project. Lore's childhood friend Preet Bharara, who is the former United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York, is also wanting to make Telosa come to life. So it's obvious that the city is in great hands. To Marc Lore, Telosa is not just a city. It's a wider and more expansive project. After retiring from his post as the CEO of Walmart, he put his heart and his soul in his desire to construct the city of the future. It's based on a reformed vision of capitalism. Lore calls this innovative design philosophy equitism. It's a new model for society in which wealth is created in a fair way. It's not about burdening the wealthy. There is no scope for increasing taxes. The main aim is to give back to the citizens and people the wealth that they helped to create. Here the residents will live in perfect harmony and they'll respect each other, ideally. They'll support businesses and organizations and they'll formulate plans to close equity gaps. All types of organizational and administrative barriers that stand in the path of equal opportunity will be removed, and the primary focus will be on celebrating individuality. Lore has hired an architectural firm, Bjarke Ingels Group, BIG, owned by Danish architect Bjarke Ingels, to design the proposed city's master planning. This internationally recognized firm has won several accolades and is even behind projects including the VIA 57 West skyscraper, Lego House, Copenhagen Harbor, Bath, and Maritime Youth House. Lore's dream consists of a city that is spread over 600 kilometers square of the area that's studded with eco-friendly buildings. The energy used is non-renewable too. There won't be a single bit of fossil fuel used to power this city. Another aim of the city's design is to make sure that all facilities are at arm's length. Telosa is planned to be a 15-minute city. Workplaces, schools, grocery stores, and other basic services are just a stone's throw away from your house. So this method of orientation is going to drastically reduce the usage of vehicles, and hence drastically reduce energy consumption. Vehicles that run on fossil fuels will not be permitted to run on the premises of the city. Since the amenities are all at a walkable distance, more people will be able to walk to their destination. Bicycling or traveling by scooter is going to be very much encouraged, and commuting time is going to be reduced. All the cars will be electric and autonomous, and in this way, there will be no negative impact left on Earth. Not like there will be no more carbon emissions left anywhere on Earth, but this sustainable city would not leave an impact. Anyways, the buildings too will be constructed to be energy efficient. Each of them will have a solar panel fitted under the roof to ensure maximum utilization of available resources. The Danish architect Bjarke Ingels is the mastermind behind the design of these buildings. The available drawings are stunning. It's no wonder that he and his firm are so well known. The drawings show angular towers that have trees at the top. The buildings also have large terraces that look out onto the city and its picturesque views. Multiple greenhouses are incorporated into every section of the city. It's also beautifully landscaped, and several parks and walkways are also designed. Indoor farming will be practiced to make life more sustainable. A stunning part of this plan is a massive skyscraper that stands right in the middle of the city. It will be called the Equitism Tower. It's planned to serve as a beacon for the city. It has several technologically advanced features like efficient water storage, aeroponic farms, and also a photovoltaic roof. In short, all of the designed residential areas are going to be top-notch, and the city would have a density of around 33 people per acre, which is broadly equivalent to that of San Francisco. It is set to be the most sustainable city in the world. The city also has a unique take on land ownership. The proposed land ownership in the city is based on Georgist principles. Henry George was a political economist who advocated some rules in his 1879 book called Progress and Poverty. Under his rules, anyone would be licensed to build, keep, or sell a residential building, and the residents would share ownership of that land under a community endowment. This was Lore's inspiration. The city of Telosa would retain ownership of the land, though anyone could build and sell homes. As the city grows, the land value of the city will also grow over time. This money will be found back into Telosa Foundation, who will then invest this amount and then use it to pay for equal access to healthcare, good schools, parks, safe streets, transportation. Overall, this system would help to elevate the quality of life. However, is it possible to have a city that's 100% sustainable? We all might think that building a city from scratch in the desert doesn't sound like a sustainable and smart idea, but the people working behind the Telosa project seem to think differently. They guarantee that the city will be able to incorporate the existing natural environment into its environment. The air quality will be protected by not allowing fossil-fueled vehicles into the city. The culture of reduce, reuse, recycle will be propagated, and a circular economy. And this will prevent the over-exploitation of natural resources. Only time will tell if this elaborate vision will become a reality. Do you think it's feasible to construct this city? Especially one that sounds too good to be true? Do you think that the project will be completed within the set time frame? Or will it remain as a mere idea, sketched out on pieces of paper, crumpled up and thrown in the trash can? Let us know in the comment section down below.